Hey YouTube. Okay, I'm home in my home office. I don't know if y'all can hear that rain in the background, but it is coming down. Let me see if I can turn my laptop. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me try it back. But I just love the smell of rain, especially when I am home in the house. But anyways, it's 10 after 5 and I'm in the zone with Grub Hub and I'm waiting for an order. Now it's 5 o'clock, so I know the rush hour crowd will be hectic in regards to traffic. And also, it's going to be hectic because the way it's coming down right now, I doubt very much that there'll be anybody out there doing Uber Eats or Grub Hub for that matter. Maybe so, but I don't know. Some people use the rain as an opportunity to make more money, I guess. Okay, I can't see who you are. I'm not on my phone live streaming. I'm on my laptop. So I'm going to try to figure this out in terms of how can I actually see people? Oops. Mm. Oh, all right, I'm back, y'all. I'm trying to see how to view the chat room. I can't figure that out when I'm on my laptop. But anyways, if y'all can hear the background noise, it's raining and it is coming down. I love the smell of rain. And I'm sitting here on the clock with Grub Hub from 5 to 7 and then from 7 to 9. I'm about to drop these blocks because number one is the heart of rush hour. It's 5:16 and the weather is not that good. And two, even if I turn on my Uber Eats app, trust me, it's gonna be off the chain, but ain't nobody getting their food today. No McDonald's, no Blitz wings, no nothing. You know, especially you cheap ass people around Stone Mountain that don't know how to tip. You know, last time I did deliveries and it was pouring down raining, not one person, not one in Stone Mountain area, black that is, gave a tip. Now, if I was going to Lilburn or um, Snellville area, and there were white folks or older black people, not these millennials, not these 20, 30, not these 20-year-old, late 18-year-olds, and I'm not going to include children in that because children don't have credit cards and stuff, so I'm not going to put them in that category. But if you 18 and up and you're legal and you sit up in here with an expensive ass iPhone and smartphone or whatever, Samsung or whatever you got, and you order Grub Hub, Uber Eats, you could leave a tip. But see, these cheap ass folks in Stone Mountain, black folks too, that is in Snellville and Centerville and all the surrounding areas around here, they don't tip for squat. So it's raining, and I can assure you, there's a whole lot of people. They're gonna order some food because the minute it starts raining, and it's raining hard like this too, they're gonna be like, "Ooh, let's go order Uber and get me some food and get it delivered." I bet you're gonna have a hard time getting people to log on at this time of the day. And if it continues to rain later on in the evening, I'm just gonna call this my rest day. To be honest, oops, sure will. I'm not gonna sit here. Hello, sitting here talking on the Google Hangout on my computer in my home office. I can't view what they. I can't view what they saying. And besides, I'm saying to people, I said I am sitting right at this house because I'm on the clock with Grub Hub, and I'm not leaving it. Oh, it's thundering too. I may cancel my blocks. I'm like, I am not gonna do it. People gonna have to be starving or cook or open their dang refrigerator and cook what they got, because I ain't going out there delivering nobody's wings, nobody nothing, fried fish, or McDonald's. Not today. So it's pouring down raining. Mm-hmm. Did he turn it on yet? Oh, Good. Mm-mm. So you driving your other car, or you got a rental? Um, yeah. Mm-mm. I'm gonna ride this little 2 hours block because if I'm home, I don't get no orders. Even though it's strange, I could go downstairs and all of a sudden I'll get an order. I'm like, damn, if I stay upstairs in my room, I won't get no orders. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. But the thing is, I gotta watch the phone because it could come through and I wouldn't know it. So I gotta sit there and watch the screen because they don't even have no noise or make a cow noise for me to say, oh. So I know if I hang, because I might cancel the last 2 hours. I ain't gonna worry about that. But these first two, I'm gonna try to hang in there as much as I can. But right now I can't really be on the phone because the signal ain't gonna go through either. So let me see something. Hold on, let me see. Oh shoot, man, I don't know what this raggedy Grub Hub. They actually had Sprint, right? I said, yeah, that's Sprint. Their service don't work on the Sprint network, you know. Otherwise, it says I'm offline. I'm like, oh Lord. So I'm gonna wait until a few. No, it's nothing I can fix. It just, it's just gonna be on. It's just gonna say I'm offline. So, and then I'm just, I'm trying to say if I should cancel. Let me see, cancel 2 hours. See, I could cancel a 2 hour block, but I don't know. It look like it may be raining all night. So this rain is coming down. Then it's thundering. And then it's thundering too. It's starting to thunder. Now you know the white folk be like, I need my groceries. Every time it rains and it's pouring down, they all of a sudden now you need your groceries. Shit. Ain't nobody gonna do that. Ain't nobody gonna be running around in no rain. Mm-mm. Hmm. Mm-mm. Yeah. Only thing you could do in that case with her is either take her to small claims court. Well, all right. Whew. Drama, drama, drama. Well, let me tell you, people, boy, they can't drive a squat, but they want to always bang up on your car. Mm-mm. For real. Yep, I'm gonna sit here and wait until I get me an offer. Then I'm gonna go out and do the delivery. But if I don't get nothing, so well. I just don't get nothing. That's just the beast. Do these little 2 hours and see if somebody can order food. But you know what? It's been really kind of slow, to be honest with you. It really has. It hasn't been like popping for Grub Hub. I think that when I make my schedule, I'm not gonna start a block at 5 o'clock. I think what I'm gonna do is during the week, I'm gonna do the 11 to 1, maybe up until 2 o'clock, maybe if they got it, and then resume Grub Hub in the evenings, like 6, either do 6 to 10 or I'm gonna do 6 to 8. I'm not gonna do as many hours because it doesn't make sense. I mean, yeah, I could grab up a lot of hours, during the week, but then if I grab up these hours during the week, like Monday through Friday, during the early part of the day, I mean, it's fine to do it in the evening. I mean, during lunchtime, 11, 12, 1, 2. But anything in the middle, it's not worth it. 3, 4, and 5 o'clock. It ain't worth it. I might as well do Uber Eats between those hours and see if I pick up some deliveries with Uber Eats. And if I manage to get one, then fine, I'll do it. But to be honest, I need to start etching out my time at going to the gym. That would have been a perfect time to go to the gym at 3 o'clock, from 3 to about 5, and then turn on Uber Eats. Because let me tell you, although I don't like doing Stone Mountain anymore, I mean, it's close to the house and everything else, but this tipping thing is really bothering me. And I wasn't surprised. That's the thing about it. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't shocked. When people was bugging about, oh, put the tip on Uber tip. I knew it wasn't going to work because number one, Uber should have put the tip option from the beginning, from the very beginning. Let people tip, especially food. Now, driving people like a taxi and all that stuff, most people would probably get tipped in the app. We're getting cash tips anyway. I was getting cash tips, and it was a good little size amount of people tipping me in cash. Now, I can't speak about the driving of the people because I think very rare I got tipped to the that I got a cash tip with people when I was driving them around. But it was I did get some tips driving people, but it wasn't on a regular basis for one. If I got tipped up with people, it was because I was going so far out, picking somebody up early in the morning, dropping them off someplace so far away that they knew that they paying $15, $18 for me to go to almost to Athens was not fair. And then they would say, oh, well, I only got $5. And I would take it. I said, I'll take it because they knew that for me to pick them up and take them all the way to Conyers and not Conyers, all the way past Conyers, going almost near to Augusta and picking them up early in the morning, their little booty call. And, they was like, oh, I was at my friend's house, and they come out with no bag, no overnight bag, no nothing. And smell like weed jumping in my car. And I'm taking them back home. And, I'll get $5, $6, $7, $8, $10 from people especially when you picking them early in the morning and you taking them back to their house. And I would get tips from people like that, But with this Uber Eats thing, people are not tipping, not through the app. And I most definitely they ain't doing it in Stone Mountain. It's ridiculous. I just don't understand it. I thought I'm thinking the more and more I do these Uber Eats, the more and more I'm driving to people's house, black folks in Hispanic. But I don't really get too many Hispanic people. But the more and more I keep driving to these little millennial 18, from 18 to early 30s, late 20s, they ain't even trying to tip hardly. Like I said, if it wasn't, that's why I was like, damn, I hope I get an older black person or white folks and people, the family, middle class family, white folks, they ordering, they order takeout or whatever once a week, Friday evenings, from nice looking restaurants, not no raggedy ass, Asian Chinese food, like gourmet pizza places. And before you can even give them the food, they already got money in their hand. $5, $6, $7 already. They're ready to give you the money in tips before they even worry about getting the food. And if it's raining like this, I bet you, if I was to jump in my car right now and I was to go all the way to Swanee, Cumming area, and I go into a real nice area, I know for a fact I could probably rack up in tips. Easily. Because they'll be like, oh, we appreciate you coming out here. If it's pouring down raining in Swanee and Cumming, trust me, people will leave tips. The only why I'm not going out there now is because it's like 5:35 p.m. and it's in rush hour. And for me to go out there, I can tell you right now, Lawrenceville Highway is probably backed up. Every highway in Atlanta is backed up off the chain. And besides, most people don't order, it's Thursday. I'm going to be real busy come tomorrow. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll probably make most of my money on the 3 days, this coming up 3 days. And I'm going to strategize my areas from tomorrow Stone Mountain? Mm-mm. Nope. The only way I'm gonna do Stone Mountain and go up to that wing place up the street from my house is um, on my way back home. If I make it back home, say 9 o'clock from Swanee coming area, I'll make my way back to Stone Mountain. I'll turn on the app and I will make my runs to two places: the wing place up the road and the McDonald's up the road. That's it. And go to those two areas primarily and make my deliveries because I know I'm going either 1 mile, 2 miles to the nearest house of McDonald's, and the wing place I may go 5 miles, 6 miles, the furthest or whatever, and that's it. I'm not, I'll do that, and that's how I'm going to do it, and work all day Saturday and work on Sunday, and that's how I'm going to do it. Friday, Saturday, Sunday during the weekday. Do that 11 to 2, take my break, go to the gym, work out, practice on my coding and submit my resumes, and then resume again in the evening time. And if I do late evenings, like 11 o'clock, I'm just going to go to the wing place in McDonald's. That's it. Because see, a lot of places in Stone Mountain where I live, those restaurants up and down 78, Longhorn and the pizza places and stuff, they close at 10 o'clock. And they start taking Uber Eats orders about 15 minutes before they close, maybe 30 minutes if it's a restaurant. But if it's like Longhorn or whatever, they close at 10. Come 9:30, pretty much you're not going to really get any orders. Because, most of the time you have to give them 30 minutes to cook the food. So they have a certain cutoff point where they turn off the food. All right, y'all, I'll be back in a minute. Nice and rainy. until now. I'm back. Woo. Lord, let me tell you. I'm sitting here reading these emails with people talking about, it's called jobcase.com. And this is when people either post, it's like Facebook almost, but it's about people, um, speaking about their experience of companies and jobs and venting or seeking advice on jobs, tips, and things of that nature. And a lot of these emails that people are getting, and I'm getting some too, is scams. They take advantage of people when they try to look for a job, and they keep sending you all these stupid information about interviewing for jobs and running across these scams and contacting you on the phone. Like this person, they just wrote this long ass email. I'm 56 years old and currently unemployed. I'm currently online looking for work for at least 10 to 12 hours a day, and I am so tired of these scammers that they are sending me emails telling me that I have been granted for an interview, and when I open the email, I see that the company wants to do an online interview using Google Hangouts. Yeah, I got that too. They were going to do a Google Hangout. Just today, I called the phone number of one of the emails, and the number is located in Gary, Indiana, and the person that's picked up the phone barely even speak English. I believe that both of these idiots are posting this crap on ZipRecruiter. So please be aware, no one's going to be contacting you to do an online interview, period. You're right. Yeah, this person says some legitimate companies do use Google Hangouts, Skype, and how it's easy for scammers to do it. Yeah. I would wonder, in my situation, I guess, will I ever come across and be offered a job this year before it gets to a certain point. And I know I'm still kind of young, and it's never too late. But I often wonder, why for people to be struggling and say they can't find a job, and I wonder why people don't go into certain professions that's needed. For the longest time, people saying that they always need teachers. There's a shortage of people teaching. And when I'm driving about, especially at these pre-daycare centers, I guess, or facilities where people bring their children, they're not quite kindergarten age, and they always be hiring for teachers. And I delivered to one of these places up in Snellville one day. And I asked the young lady, it was earlier this week, and she was preparing for the next day, the first day of school. Now, first day of school, most people went back this week. This past Monday, they went back to school. And I think next week, the latest, most counties in Atlanta or metropolitan Atlanta will be back at school. In the South, that is, because in the North, Most people go back to school around right after Labor Day. And I know a lot of people, including myself, is trying to get into these, seek new careers, new opportunities. Some people want to explore the entrepreneurial endeavors, I guess, or dreams. And doing these ride sharing gigs, whether it be Uber, Instacart, whomever, Lyft, Ship, DoorDash, Uber Eats. It's just a bridge. It's just a gateway to what you really want to do. Now, some people have taken this as a way to explore the entrepreneurial goals by setting up a website and saying, "Oh, let me consult you and offer you consultation and how to make money and maximize money in the ride sharing gigs." And they want to charge like $75 an hour and $100 an hour, $500. I've seen people making up websites and trying to help people who work as an Uber driver and Lyft driver of, let me go ahead and offer consultation of $75 an hour. You don't even make that much money in these gig jobs. Even if you were to work two of the jobs at the same time or whatever, or work like 40, 60 hours or whatever a week, you could do that. But it's not easy. Nothing's easy. I'm not saying that it has to be easy for you to make money. And right now, I'm sitting here just collecting minutes with Grub Hub and haven't turned on the Uber Eats app. And I'm not going to make a lot of money doing this. I know this is not a strategy. It's not a strategy for me to sit at home or wait around the house or, not drive around to see if I get some orders or whatever. I'm not going to say, "Oh, let me go ahead and hang out at this particular restaurant and see if I get an order." It gets to a point where you have to know how to be efficient, and some people are taking advantage of people's being naive, and at some point common sense, how to make money. You're not going to make, I don't care. You're not going to make a whole lot of money with these gigs. I don't care what. Even, going to the grocery shopping. You would think that if you do one good size order, a decent size order, you could get anywhere from like make anywhere from $25 an hour. Well, it's not really an hour because these companies have the upper hand. They have their algorithm built in to the point where they're losing billions and billions of dollars a day. They're not even at a profit. They're playing with the house, paying with house money, with these investors' money. And if they were truly profitable, people would be paid in terms of driver fees, booking fees, or delivery fees. They would pay a whole lot better than what they're doing currently. They're not making any money. You could be out there and you could hustle, and you could make, like this one Jamaican guy. At first I thought he was Indian, but then after he started talking, I said he's Jamaican and here in Atlanta. He has a YouTube channel and he makes some videos about his experience with Grub Hub and Uber Eats. And a few weeks ago, on one of his videos, he showed on his phone at Grub Hub how he made 600. Let me see, what was he making? About 680 something. But then when I had froze the screen and looked at his phone real carefully, I even wrote it down when I was sitting here looking at the video. He made 682. But yet when I looked at his phone, he had worked and had 70 hours of block hours with Grubhub, meaning that he signed up and got 70 hours with Grubhub. So that means that for him to take to be at 95% to 100% and work into every single order at $10 an hour, Grubhub would have given him $700 right off the bat. But he worked 70 hours and made 682. And he said he was so mad at himself because he was like, oh, I could have made over $1,000, but he didn't take an order with Grubhub because he was in Swanee and he was given an order to go to Sandy Springs. And therefore, he didn't get the guarantee that particular day. And then he also did Uber Eats that same week and made $200. So he made $880 something. But if you work 70 hours with Grubhub, and for you to make the amount of money with Uber Eats, he made 200 something. That means he worked approximately, probably, most likely 80 hours that week. And this was a few weeks ago. This was about a month ago, I would say. I think that's what it was. I think when he showed his phone, it was about a month. And I was like, well, damn, that's a whole lot of hours to be working just to make that. Just in Atlanta, for him to make that amount of money and he still didn't make $1,000 and you worked 80 hours just to not even crack the, he said he had some cash tips too. So, you had the cash tips. But he said he still didn't make $1,000. He said he could have made $1,000, but when that may be true, that possibly be true. But the point that I'm making is that these companies have a chokehold on people in terms of how much money they could afford to pay. Even if you earning the money, you picking up the deliveries and everything else, it's like it's only so many orders that could be picked up by any one person for sure. And anytime there's a company, that's why you have to work. That's why they don't have to work on blocks. But if you want structure per se, and you want to say, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and just sign for some hours of block with Grub Hub. And I know that as long as I'm staying on the clock and I'm out there driving, you're substituting yourself that Grub Hub will tell you to go anywhere. Now, come next Monday, after midnight, which basically on Tuesday of next week, Grub Hub is going to be implementing that new zones. It's going to be divided into the East Zone and West Zone, and you had to respond as to which area did you want to work at. Now, that works pretty good because now no longer do you have to be subject to go to outside of drive too far away to get orders, but at the same time, now you have to learn a new ways of delivering with Grub Hub with these split zones. If you can't be in the West Zone and go to the East Zone, you have to choose one or the other. So you can't be both. You have to choose one or the other. And with that splitting of the zones, it also probably going to mean that Grub Hub is going to now not allow people to just work with no block. Or I'm going to turn off my app. I'm just going to work. anywhere. You're not going to be able to work off the block anymore. You can't just say, okay, I'm not going to work on the clock. I'm going to just pick up whatever hours I can get. Now, if Grub Hub needs help and they say that they're busy and they need people to log on, then they'll let you do that. But I doubt very seriously with that change of zones that they're going to continue to allow people to do that. It's just a matter of time before they crack down on people turning on the app when they want to and working, because like I said in my other videos, they have the ability to not pay you even if you picked up that order, and they could unassign it to you right off of your nose, under your nose, and you don't even know it. And when you say, well, how come I didn't get paid? I did these trips and you're not on the block, they will say, well, were you assigned a block? You sign up for blocks and you say no, they're not going to pay you. And that's the risk. And they several customer service reps told me we don't highly recommend it. So ain't no point doing it. Now, you could do it occasionally. Say, you know what, let me just turn on the app because I'm right there at the restaurant. And you pick up that food and you quickly deliver it. And you could probably do that and get away with it a few times. Oh, it stopped raining. Hopefully then maybe I'll get me some orders at 6 o'clock. But I'm still going to wait until I get a ding or a request. But I'm not leaving the house. If I don't get an order in the next coming hour, I'm just going to cancel my last 2 hours and chill at the house. But if the weather has stopped and it stopped that hard raining, then I will go out and do Uber Eats around the house. But I'm going to wait. It's still kind of a little bit early. Wait till people get home nice and good. 6:30, then that's when I'll go out and resume. If not, it ain't going to make no big difference to me. But anyways, these companies, you can't really make money with these gig economy jobs anymore. It's getting a little bit kind of difficult to make money, especially if you're doing this full time. If you're doing this full time, and I know a lot of people, they love to say, oh, I got me other sites, hustle businesses on the side, and blah blah blah. Just, that's great. It's great. But to be honest with you, it's like it's really not good for people this is their primary job, because it's like it's too I won't say it's risky, but the money is not out there like it used to. That's why I don't see certain people's videos anymore when they just say the money is out there. They don't even make YouTube videos like that, talking like that, because they know that the money is not out there as it was a year ago, or most definitely 2 years ago. I'll be back. Let me get something to drink. Okay, I'm back. So, people say, oh, the money's out there to be made. There's no money to be made. There's money to be made. But I'm going to tell you, you have to start looking at the climate of some of these companies. The climate of these companies is going to a downhill. It's downhill. These gig economy jobs, it depends on what industry you're looking at. Now, groceries and these food deliveries and all these companies, Grub Hub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, all these companies are entering in this market. But it gets to a point where it's going to phase away. It's going to fizzle. It's going to phase away because something like that is not important. I won't say important, but that's disposable income if people choose to order food with the app. And let me tell you, looking at some of these prices and what they charge for you to deliver your groceries or even deliver your fast food, it's like one reason why people are not tipping as much is because they're paying booking fee, service fee, upcharge on the food, whatever it is, whether it be groceries or a plate of food. They're already paying a premium. So to pay a tip on top of that, it's kind of like in some people's mind, they feel they already paid, and some people think that that we actually are workers and employees for Uber Eats and all these companies. That's your job, and this, telling people that's your job, and I'm gonna call. What's your name? Because I'm gonna report you to Uber, Grub Hub, or whomever. Whatever. Just name it. And they honestly think that you're an employee. I already believe a lot of people understand that most of these positions, or all of these positions, you're independent contractors. You're not employees for Grub Hub or Uber Eats, DoorDash, Instacart, Ship, whomever. But a lot of people, especially white folks, if you're not giving their things exactly how they want it, and they want to be a butt about it, and they want you to go up the stairs and park your car in front of the fire hydrant and take a boat to deliver their food on a dock on the middle of Lake Lanier or whatever. You're an employee, what's your name? I'll report you to so and so and so. They act like that's a job. It may be the job in the sense of a verb that you're performing a duty specified on your contract, but it is not a point where they hiring you and you get fired. A lot of people got that mindset. They thinking that, just because they didn't get their nasty ass roasted wings from Whole Food after you told them they didn't have it, and they want to call Whole Food while you shopping, they told me they got it, and they want to argue on the app. And next thing you know, they make a big stink about something and call Instacart, and Instacart is like, we'll let this person go. That's what happened with me, even though they still couldn't tell me what I did. But I did file a Federal Trade Commission complaint against Instacart. I would never go back to Instacart, even if they begged me to come back, or if they forced to hire every single person contract and bring them back. That company is on a downhill, spurts downhill. And after working with them, I realized, I was just being a slave to the Instacart, waiting around at the Publix half the day, driving 100 and something miles, delivering, totally got ripped off. I don't give a damn if people come on here telling me, I just love Ship, and I just love Ship, and they do throw us parties, and I make me some good money. You know, man, let me tell you, don't get blinded by the parties. Don't get blinded by that first, what I call honeymoon stage. Honeymoon stage of a company. Ooh, they will love you. They will be like, oh, we're sure. We'd be glad to help you. Man, but once you get past that probationary stage and you get your 20 deliveries in, all of a sudden you be like, boom, I'm not getting any orders. What's happening? What's going on? Why is it slow? They must be hiring new people in the market because they must be got to hire a bunch of new people. They recycle because they don't give a damn. It's easier for them to keep recycling people. You know, the owner of Instacart himself, he even admitted about um, equalizing pay amongst people. You can't make unlimited amount of money that you want to. Oh no, let me tell you, Instacart will never do that. That's why they pay all the hours. If you manage to hang in there, they wait till Sunday, and then all of a sudden they give you 10, 15 orders at one time. And all of a sudden you get a whole bunch of orders because they're not going to pay you the $400 guarantee easily. They're going to say, they don't have the money for one. They don't have the $400. I'm using that as an example. If you would do $400 of guarantee based on you signing up for 70 hours or 80 hours during the week, and you manage to sit there and say, I'm going to hold out whatever order they're going to send me, I'm going to take it and accept it. And then come Sunday, they don't have enough customers to support and pay out people. So what they do is, who has the most hours, or who got the most money that we got to pay out to? If you have $400, another person had $10, $15, and they didn't work as many hours, they're not going to give the people who got the least number of hours to work. Come Saturday, Sunday, they're going to give you the turtle. Say, oh, we're not busy. We're not as busy as we expected. They're not going to sit around. They're going to say, oh, well, it's not busy. I'm going to log off and clock out and go on home about my business. But if you're a person that's owed $400, all of a sudden, come Sunday, you'll be like, what the hell's going on? They'll give you double batches or triple batches. The contract states they're supposed to pay you for going over 14 miles. By the time you do 3 people or even 2 people at the same time, and you travel 50 miles, and I'm talking about from the store, leaving from where you are to go to the store. I'm talking about from this supermarket to that first person's house and then to that second person's house. They can live clearly on the other side of the county. They will purposely do that. And they'll say, oh, no, you don't get the mileage of extra. And if it's only $5, oh, no, we don't pay you the $5 because it was a double batch. And they'll do some stupid stuff like that. And they'll give you the whole entire day. And they're not going to pay you. If you did 3 double batches, and I literally had 3 batches, double batches. If I knew the mileage that I went to each of these person's house, that was at least an extra $15. Nope, I wasn't getting that because they double batch them up together and send you out there to do the orders, and then they'll give you all the orders. So they say, okay, rather than me owing you $400 up front initially, by the time you get through doing all those deliveries, all of a sudden, oh, you made up the money on that one day on Sunday. Then Instacart says, okay, we only owe you $100 because you already made over, you made almost to $10 per hour on your own. And they'll do that. They've done that 3 weeks in a row. They've done it. Prior to that, I had no issues with Grub Hub. But the minute I started doing that on a consistent basis, and I realized what they were doing in a scheme of things, all of a sudden, oh, we got a problem. And this person, and I kept every single thing about my service level, my, let me see. Oh, I had I had no issues, no problems at all with them. But you know what? I see the writing on the wall. And just like I've always said about Uber, when I said I was the first person who said that the CEO is going to be kicked out. And I said, give it till before the end of the summer. Go back on my old videos. I know I was the first person who said it. When they had it out there. I was the first one who made that comment. And nobody made no such comment. Everybody was focused on, oh, delete Uber. Oh, delete Uber. You know. And then so many people making these fake videos with their fake news saying about, oh, there's a delete Uber movement. And because of the delete Uber movement, we got the tip option available. Man, bullshit. Y'all, it was not because of no delete Uber that they decided to do tipping on the app. They only put that tip in the app was because after Holdeman had investigated with Uber in their report that was written that came out with the possible Department of Justice handprint on it, that they said, okay, Travis, we suggest that you step down, or temporary. First, it was temporary. It was temporary at first. It wasn't, it wasn't a long-term thing. And then all of a sudden, it came from being temporary to indefinite, and then it became a so-called major overhaul that he steps down. Now, I don't even know if I don't recall anybody finding no CEO either. I don't recall no big announcement that they found a CEO. But yet, they're talking about this 120 days major revolution. And, oh, we are now going to offer, we had now listened to y'all. The gods of Uber is now going to do a tip option, but I ain't see no freaking tips. I get $16 for the last 2 weeks, $25 prior to that on the tip option app. That's it. That's all I got. That's all. Now all of a sudden they want to come up and make it seem like it's some miraculous miracle with the tips. Man, please. I knew this was going to happen. I knew. Because once you put it out there, about you don't have to tip, and everybody so used to ordering Uber with no tips, they not tipping. All that hard work and all that stuff about this delete Uber movement and all that stuff, come on. They should have been focusing more on raise the rates and then talk about not doing Uber anymore and deleting the app. Shoot. Let me tell you, how you think I got back on with Uber Eats? Remember I told y'all when I first made the video, I was going to the local office and I was asking them that if they could reinstate my Uber Eats, and I didn't want to do Uber driving people no more. And they just totally told me no. And I told them to delete my profile, period. Don't even keep my profile intact. And the girl sat up there talking about, I'm not about my supervisor. Bitch, they ain't did shit. Now look what happened. Here I am doing Uber Eats. Not even a month later, I'm back on with a brand new profile doing Uber Eats. You know, crazy. So all that talk about this 120 days changes and all that stuff, those little bitty changes, those changes they making, I don't see no increase in those fares. None. And I think that the more and more people play this little foolish game and they don't want to tip, they not, after a while, that's gonna be a hell hell raiser. What they need to do is, if Uber just make this one change, let those people tip when they make their order and place their food order and tip, and add that thing right in, add that tip option right in there. So when if you get your food and you got your food or whatever, then the person gets the tip. Point blank. If there's nobody that's going to pick up the order and no one picks it up, and they say, okay, we can't find nobody. Okay, the order can't be placed because there's no driver. Then we cancel. No worries. You don't get your food. Oh well. But all they need to do is just people need to tip while they place their order. Most of the orders that people get, these one plate items and a box of donuts and stuff, most of the time it's only going to be about $1.89, $2 the most. Uber don't have no big, high class restaurants choices on their list unless you go into a more exclusive area. And even then, those little exclusive restaurants and stuff don't cost. They don't even do Uber. Go to a more exclusive restaurant, real nice restaurant, like that one on Piedmont. No, the one near the Art Center station, that Thai restaurant. That they don't order no Uber Eats. They are strictly Grub Hub. And every time it was called Trend, no, Tri-Seed or something like that. It's a Thai restaurant anyway. It's a Thai restaurant. And they it's Treseed. It's Tri-Seed or Tri-Seed, something like that. Now that place, I always used when I was venturing downtown and Peachtree Street and all that stuff, and I would pick up from them. It's usually on a Sunday. So I think if I'm going to go to Peachtree and Buckhead, I'd rather do that on a Sunday. If I'm going to go to Buckhead, that's when I would do Grub Hub Sundays, because that's when most people who order food at those real nice looking restaurants, they tend to order food on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. But Sundays for sure is a good day to deliver food. And if you're going into a nice area, trust me, Sunday is the best. Sunday's the best, period. That's why I'm not really focusing on the weekday like right now. I ain't gonna be like, let me go down there. I need to do something. No, best time is to do it on the weekend. Sunday's the best. I've never had issues with Sundays with Grub Hub. Matter of fact, I can make over $100 on Sundays with Grub Hub easily, and you could do real good on Uber Eats. But you gotta get out of these dang ghetto ass neighborhoods. I'm telling you, these little cheap ass ghetto neighborhoods. They know they ain't got no money to be spending on no damn Uber Eats and ordering food like that. If you ain't got the money to tip, you ain't got the money to order food, period. Point blank, period. I think that's insulting that people who's probably doing it, most people who are Uber Eats and doing all these food delivery stuff, if they were making really good money and they really had a very good job, they wouldn't be hustling like this. I have a friend. She's a software developer. She's a developer. She makes six figures. She's a contractor. And she does Instacart. I referred her. And matter of fact, I didn't get my referral fee from that stupid ass Instacart for the referring her and her daughter. That's $50. I know I referred several people. And I know they've been doing Instacart. So Instacart owes me a couple of $100. But I'm not going to talk with that no more with Instacart. Because, like I said, I'm just waiting for these responses and these complaints to go through these federal agencies that I went through to file. But she makes good money. She's not stressed out about making no money. You know, it don't phase her. That's her play money, like she says. Well, that's just my play money. This ain't my regular job. And if you're making $60,000 plus a year, and you're doing Instacart or Grub Hub or whomever and do these ride sharing gigs, it don't phase you. It doesn't phase you because, you have that attitude like, well, I ain't gonna let it bother me because you have a regular job. You're making $60,000, six figures. If you say, you know what, I don't want to do it no more, and I'm gonna I'm just gonna not do it no more, or I'm gonna lay low, and it don't bother you, then you don't know the plight. You don't understand the plight when this is your regular job. When this is, as you're an independent contractor, you're making money with these companies and not getting hardly paid anything for the efforts that you partake in doing. When I do my job, trust me, I go out all the way. I don't slack. I'm not lax when I do these jobs. I don't care if it was grocery shopping, when I was picking up people, or anything. But I'm not no cooning nigga either. I'm not. I'm too light skinned and too bright and whatever to be cooning for no white folks. I'm not gonna be, oh yes, man, yes, man, hell no. Mm-mm. Maybe because maybe I was treated growing up. Maybe I never felt entitled, but I was always held up high in the things that I do. Coming from a strong Southern background of parents and grandparents of working ethics and had their own businesses, landowners, property owners, educated Black folks. I came from a lineage, and even in my grandparents on my mother's side, they may have, not been from that privileged class of people, but they surely did not act as if they were poor. They had made sure that my aunts and uncles, I would say a lot of them went to college. If they didn't go to college, it was not because they couldn't afford not to go, but the ones who went to college, my mother, my aunts, they came from a rural background where they worked in the fields, and because they love to tell that story, boy. Listening to my aunts and uncles, they like, we worked the fields and y'all had it good. Y'all used to come around play, and they ain't do nothing. They used to claim we didn't do anything, but we had so much fun. Growing up in South Carolina, on my grandparents, and we were like, I want to go to the fields, and we'd walk around handing the tobacco. It was fun. But let my aunts and my mother tell the story. They act like they was there picking cotton and acting like, that they were working as slaves. But they understood that was just a matter of hard work and hard work ethics. You know, my grandparents owned the land. They weren't sharecroppers. My great grandparents owned their land. I could go back 5 generations of landowners. And I could assure you, my grandmother always used to say, oh, don't let the West Indian come out of us. Because, we trace it back to the Barbados and part Sweden. So, I don't know. I'm going to do a DNA test one day. I'm curious to see what my makeup is. But I didn't grow up, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. But my family, on my mother's side, were very respectable families, top crops in the state or in their region. Land, I got land, trust me. So I didn't grow up in that, we on welfare. Oh, we live in the projects. No, I lived across the street from the projects growing up, but we didn't live in that slave mentality, that ghetto-fied mentality, and acting out wild and crazy. And I guess that in the generation that has passed, me, my sister, my cousins, we all were products of our parents who grew up in the 60s. They had 60s babies. They grew up in that segregation, that late segregation South when they were born. They were born in 1950, 52, and up. So they grew up in that environment, but at the same time, they did not have like poverty. They weren't like poverty stricken, and even if they were, they didn't act like that. They didn't have the government hand out money. Oh, we need money. Oh, we poor. Well, we know. My grandparents, they worked and passed it along. And maybe that's why my attitude is what I have right now. Okay, yeah, okay. I may not have a job, regular job anymore per se. And I may be doing little gig jobs. I have degrees. I'm very educated. And just because I may do these service type jobs, you're not going to treat me as if I'm some kind of maid. You're not going to treat me like I'm your personal butler and driver, and you are not supposed to be driving around and like treated in any kind of way. No, never. I'm never going to be treated that way, and I'm not going to be spoke to in that way, and I'm not going to be cooning and being, yes, a mess. Let me go ahead. Woo-hoo, hee. All that, what can I do for you? No. You will get my respect, but you're not going to talk down to me. You're not going to talk to me any kind of crazy. Because, see, some of these white folks got a little bit beyond themselves. I don't know if it's because they think that Trump is in office. Maybe they could talk to people all kind of ways and think they could just, do what they want to do to people. No, boo-boo. No, you're not talking to me like that. You ain't gonna treat me like that. Just because you see me picking up food and delivering or whatever. And it goes for black folks too. Not just I ain't gonna put it on white folks. Some of y'all black folks too. Y'all think because y'all moved out to Snellville in Gwinnett County and live in these big houses, and you thinking that you could use the service and order food. You ain't gonna treat me like that either. Most definitely not no black person gonna be looking down. You ain't gonna put your nose down on nobody. You ain't gonna look down on me either. Or just gonna put it over there. No. You can come and get this bag or whatever, but I'm not gonna be, you could just. And I think that's the problem. I think that because I'm not one of these laughing ass coons and and doing these deliveries for people and want you to act like a shiftless nigga. Yes, sir, Madison. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can kiss my fucking light ass, black ass. That's what you could do. You could do that. What about that? Now, we could play this game and we want. And it goes for Mexican people too, Hispanic people too. Okay, can you meet me at the door? So, because I'm driving around looking for your apartment. And no. Okay. Well, your order's canceled. Goodbye. Whoop. Drive right on out that subdivision. Throw that food right in the damn garbage. And drink your iced tea. And that's what I did. You're not going to talk to me in no kind of crazy. And you're not going to treat me in no other kind of way. And I think that a lot of people's attitude is that they think that they could just order through an app, groceries, get picked up. They think they entitled. They got this entitlement about themselves. Thinking they're gonna look down on you because they thinking, oh well, she just an Uber driver, or she just do food delivery. Hell no, I got a house and homes and got money in the bank too. Trust and believe. I'm not no shiftless, tired ass, cooling ass nigga. And some of y'all need to stop. Hey, how you doing? That's too much. That's too much. I'm not saying be negative. I'm not saying, cursing people out and all that kind of stuff. But because you have to have a certain dignity about yourself. Don't let people just and you're thinking, well, you think maybe you need to develop thick skin. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Maybe. But I'm gonna tell you. Let me give you a story. My friend who's doing Instacart with the 6-figure job, and she's doing this as play money, on one of the Facebook groups at Instacart in Atlanta. One of the guys wrote in the group page. He said that this woman wanted him to get 4 watermelons for her, and when he went to deliver it, she told him, and I knew you was a good watermelon picker. What the hell is that supposed to mean? He didn't know what to do, and he was so taken aback that she had this bitch got the nerve to say, "Oh, I knew when I saw your profile, I knew you was a good watermelon picker, and I know these watermelons are gonna be good." Oh, so because he's black, and you gonna make a comment to somebody? Oh, you a good watermelon picker. I can just tell by the picture, by the way I looked at your picture, I can tell. Bitch, I would have threw that fucking watermelon straight up in her damn face, and then I would have called Instacart and tell her to get the fuck on, and I would have knocked on that platform that, you couldn't tell me that. You couldn't sit there and tell me something stupid like that and think I would have not gone off. See, the only reason why I probably wouldn't have cursed her ass out in front of her house was because then they'll call the police and said that you did something to them and make up some lie, and next I'll be hauled off to Gwinnett County Jail or somebody's jail. But I could assure you, you wouldn't have said that to me. No, you wouldn't. He was so dang mad. He wrote that. He said that he had to log off for the rest of the night. He said he would take a reliability with Instacart. He said he couldn't do it. And I said, well, did you get a tip? Not to say that if he got a tip that you would tolerate that. I don't even think this bitch even left a tip. And you know what? Those cracker ass people at Instacart up in San Francisco, they wouldn't have given a shit either. Matter of fact, they probably thought it was funny. But the more and more people tell these stories of their experience, the more and more I'm just going to be like, in my little lawsuit and complaint, this is the kind of overly racism that people have to deal with. And then I'm going to tell you, I'm going to write a little article in my blog I haven't written in my gig economy job blog for a while. I've been writing in my other blog for my tax consulting business, but I have not yet written a lot the other experience of these gig economy jobs. And one of the gig economy things is about this over, and that gives is this overly overt racist mentality that look at this. It's almost an hour and a half. I ain't got no orders yet. I'm about to let me look and see. It stopped raining, thank goodness. So now it's sunny outside. I guess it's now safe for me to kind of go outside now that it stopped raining, but I'm still sit right up here until Instacart. Not Instacart. Grub Hub sends me an order. If they don't send me one at 7 o'clock, I don't think I feel like doing the last 2 hours, to be honest. But let me tell you, stupid shit like that is what people deal with. And that's the other part of the story with these gig economy jobs. Is the people who are higher ups in these companies are the same ones who has these diversity discrepancies within the Silicon Valley. And it's not so much Silicon Valley in terms of regional in California, but what they really need to do is these IT computer, not technical support. I'm talking about in these new jobs of how racially divided it is, and it applies to these gig economy jobs. Uber and Lyft and Uber, they all part of that technology bias, racist, conglomerate of attitudes that's going on in these Silicon Valley. They're the extension of the racism that extends beyond their platform in terms of how they pay people. Most people who probably work these jobs that's paying 40 cents an item and 78 cents a mile and 50 cents a mile and doing the hard physical type of work, labor, is probably people of color and poor white folks. And the ones who are, and ones who are white doing these gig jobs, trust me, they either capitalizing it in a different spectrum, in a different sort of way. Think about the other guy, the rideshare, not genius, the other one, the Harry, whatever his tag name is. You think he's driving around doing Grub Hub and Uber Eats and all these things? You think that's his primary money that he makes? No, it ain't. He came in there so early, but found a way, marketing wise, to probably be a sponsor for a lot of big companies and writing a blog and writing for major outlets and things of that nature, and affiliate marketing or whatever else he's doing. I don't know, because I don't subscribe to his channel, and I'm not going to be lining your pockets to exploit people with, oh, I could offer coaching and it could be $200, $300, and there's people paying it like a fool. He ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying nothing that's golden, that's maximizing my own pockets, other than the fact that, I have to admit, came up with a brilliant idea on how to make money and maximize money by having a good PR person and being put as a major in some major news outlets like the New York Times. It says Harry, whatever the hell his name is he indicates on his blog. See, he's making his money by being a blogger on these ride sharing gigs. And he managed to get picked up and be featured in this news outlet source and this article and this thing and that or another. You think he making money riding around with Uber and doing Uber Eats and Grub Hub and DoorDash? No, he ain't make no money doing that. That man's making money in marketing. He's making money in other sponsorships. And the more people talk about, oh, Harry, the rideshare guy, he's great. Go to his website. Man, he's probably making a good $10,000 a month doing stuff like that. And he got on right at that opportune moment to talk about it, recycling the same thing over and over again to other people, and blew up. See, a typical white man such as him, they're gonna find a different angle on how they're gonna make money, and it's not gonna be what the average Shaniqua and Teresa and Terry and Toya and Charlotte and all the rest of us's are doing. It ain't gonna be done that way. The typical white person, they doing these gig jobs and whatever. And I ain't talking about the old man who's like, I got nothing to do, let me drive. Because trust me, they ain't gonna be driving in the ghetto. You know, they're gonna be like, what? I'm going where? Cancel, group. They're gonna, they're gonna do it, a couple months, whatever. That's it. They ain't gonna be that typical person who does it full time or whatever. It's gonna be the people who humping and struggling and going on these streets and picking up this food. It's gonna be the black folks. I ain't talking about college students because that's an easy way for them to make money. That's a gateway for them while they in school, and then once they get out of school, that's it. They moving on. We ain't talking about those people. We ain't talking about that group either. But the immigrants that coming from India and some of these African countries and these Caribbean islands, they come here. They know they can't find no job. If there's no jobs out there, trust me, they'll do Uber and they'll do 80 hours easily. And you're like, oh, it's so hard out here. It's so hard. And I'm gonna make this money, but I'm gonna do 100 hours a week. They'll do that. I need to send money home to my country. You don't see no Mexicans doing no Uber. You see a lot of Mexican people driving cabs, those Mexican cabs. You see a whole lot of them doing that. But shoot, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for that lawn care business, cutting grass, matter of fact, he need to cut my grass tomorrow. My grass in my front and backyard look like a hot mess. I wish one of y'all could come and cut my grass. I'll pay y'all if y'all want to do it. And I gotta find what's his name, Antonio, to come out here tomorrow and cut my grass. He's like, we could do it every 2 weeks. No, we could do it once a month. I ain't got money like that to do it every week. Shoot. I'm telling you, if grass was not in existence no more, those Mexicans will be out there doing Uber too, and Grub Hub and the rest of it, but they don't need to do that. They got their own little hustle going on, and they got that damn landscaping business on the lockdown. You don't see a lot of Asian people do Grub Hub and Uber Eats and all that because they got their nail business locked down and hair, working in these shops. See, they don't need to do Grub Hub and Uber Eats and all these other companies because they got the other things going on that they got locked down themselves. So until we as Black folks have our own thing going on. We ain't gonna be out here doing no Uber Eats and stuff. And I know a lot of y'all say, "Oh, I got a t-shirt business. Oh, I got this. I'm doing this on the side. Oh, I'm doing photography on the side." But then you ain't see not one near picture. I ain't seen not one near picture from nobody. I ain't seen nobody promoting their website saying they're a photographer, but they trying to, we get too distracted easily, and we get so boggled down and tied down with this false premise of this is your own business. Oh, this is your own business, man. Bullcrap. It ain't your own business. Nobody negotiated anything with Uber and Grub Hub and all the rest of them. Nobody. Ain't nobody doing nothing. They ain't doing no such thing. All right, we are back. Look at that. $41.33. And all of that was sit here and wait. Ain't get nothing yet. That's all right. That is okay with me. So let me tell you. It stopped raining, thank God. But it's still a good, cool day. Let me tell you. These companies could give two butts. And when I hear people tell me about, oh, I'm just doing Uber to supplement whatever business I'm doing, and you don't see it done in action, it is very easy to certainly be distracted in doing those things. Very easy. So, what is my whole entire point? Even though my title is Raining Evening with Grub Hub, I'm just gonna sit back, take advantage, and I'm not gonna be I ain't gonna wear myself out like that no more. I've done that when I first started doing these gig economies almost a year ago. I was running myself ragged almost a whole year. And in the meantime, I was working these 70 hours and 60 something hours and lost focus on what it is that I wanted to do. So I finally finished my website. I didn't publish it on a national standpoint, but I started it, and the next step for me is to start focusing on making videos about my tax business. And then on top of that, add notary credentials to my repertoire. And doing that, it just proves to me that sometimes these jobs, these gig economies, you have to really look at the subliminal messages, especially those Uber commercials. They had those. They had that one black lady. She was like Uber, and then they show her, doing her other thing, whatever she was doing. Don't let these companies preoccupy your time to the point where you lose focus on your own gig and job. And some of y'all got too much going on at one time. One moment y'all say you're doing t-shirts. Then the next moment y'all selling this online. Then the next moment you doing, I'm doing acting. I'm an actress. I'm a comedian. The next thing you know, they doing so much. Now I know, a lot of times people are not going to display everything on their YouTube channel, but think about what it is that you really truly want to do. If you want to explore the consulting business and you saying you are ride sharing gig economy consultant and I could help people maximize your income, then fine, do that. Do that. And be proud that you're doing that. Don't be doing it, say, well, I'm doing Instacart and I'm doing it 60, 70 hours a week. But then you at the same time, you just throw up a website and recycling the same thing over and over again. Like people heard on YouTube, and then you go to their website and you're hearing the same thing again, and that's it. You know? And it's a good idea, but you have to think about the cycle. These companies now are on a decline in regards to how they pay people. You know, a lot of people says, "Oh, we're not getting paid money like we used to, and we're not making money like they used to because it's on a decline." It's on a decline. You know, and when Amazon fully gets launched in regards to that whole food situation, and they're taking over transportation and how they handle the transportation part of their logistics and stuff. It's going to spill over in these groceries and food deliveries too. Watch and see. Watch and see. And if I was someone who wanted to really get into my own business and you want to truly be a partnership with Amazon in particular, they're looking for people who has fleets of trucks. And I don't think you have to have like 10, 15, 20 trucks, but I think if you get on board with Amazon and you say, okay, you know what, I want to be a partner and do the deliveries in the truck, and they're going to need trucks. I saw an ad about that just the other day. And you had to, put in your information and application in, and you had to have employees and have a fleet of trucks. I don't even think you have to have like a whole bunch of trucks. I think if you just had a truck, period, and you want to partner with Amazon, they're going to need people like that. For them to transpose their stuff to the warehouse, to the loading docks or whatever they want to call it, I don't know, because I'm waiting for my start date with Amazon. They already said they have to maybe in a couple of weeks or whatever, they'll call people out the blue. Okay, you got to start on this day. I'll get something in a couple of weeks. Then they're gonna be looking for people to partner to handle that type of thing. Everything that Amazon does, Amazon is a technology company. They don't have their own trucks. They don't have their own products. They don't have none of those stuff. But what they have is they have people who have that type of service. Amazon FBU, doing business as Amazon, doing business with Amazon. That's what they got. And to work with them, they get a cut. But that is the best marketing platform to get on is Amazon. I'm not talking about selling cheap crap either. I'm talking about, getting into that aspect of the business. That's where it is. You have to follow the path of work in terms of how do I make money? How do I truly become a partner with Amazon? Or even Uber for that matter. They offering services to drivers and says, oh, we offering this product and this and that. Those are offered to their partners. Those are people who contacted Uber, and you can do it with any of these companies. Lyft, you have to put it in and say, okay, what kind of service can you provide for us? And it has to be aligned with that company and what they're doing as a business. And it's out there. I think that you don't really hear too much about these companies that partners with Uber and Ship and all these companies. I'm not talking about Walmart and Publix. Those are the big distributors. But I'm talking about um, that small product service. Only thing I know of is I hear a lot of the big companies, Key and this company, this insurance company, and this partner, blah blah blah. But they're the ones that gets the millions of dollars of the billions of dollars that Uber, Lyft, and all these companies makes. They get the millions of dollars because they get paid to partner with those ride-sharing gig economy jobs or companies rather. That's how you make the money. You have to find your angle. And in finding your angle, you're going to find the opportunities. That's why I said that Harry, the rideshare guy or whatever, he ain't driving. He ain't doing no groceries. He ain't doing none of that. It's amazing how he signed up for all these platforms and he could talk about it. He ain't signed up just because he wants to work those platforms. He got 50 billion apps on his phone. He's writing about it because I'm quite sure if you read into his bio or listen to what he said he used to do, that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. Point blank, period. You're not going to be quoted in the New York, I think it was New York Times, was one of those publications I read. And they were talking about Uber, and I think his name popped up. And he got a good PR person, public relations PR, and got his name all up in the dang New York Times. I've been reading, I come across them talking about, oh, so and so, he's a person and blah. You know how much exposure you get from being mentioned in a major newspaper article, and you writing, and all you do is write blogs. And on top of writing the blogs, which is another form of news outlet, channels, people sign up to be on your blog, and they'll pay you $10,000 or whatever it is. And he first came in on that opportune time when these rideshare gigs were popping. And I can't hate on that. I can't hate it. You can't hate on people when he did that. He took something that millions of people jumped on and board and did, and capitalized on it simply by writing. He probably was a writer anyway. He probably was a person in journalism at one point, possibly. I haven't looked that deep in his background like that. But I'm quite sure, I'm telling you, it's probably in line to what he said he wanted to do. And I can assure you, being an Uber driver was not one of them. He probably started as an Uber driver when he first started and realized, there's a little bit of money to be made. Let me go ahead and use my current skill sets and do something and write something about it. Let me go ahead and do something about it. And then you get a couple of people mentioning your name on the YouTube. Next thing you know, you got a channel of 50,000 followers or something crazy. That's where the money's made. And at some point, he probably ain't have to drive no more. He probably ain't drive no more. You ain't, you ain't driving no more. You ain't doing none of those things. And that's the thing you got to do. Think big by using your current skills that you have. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to use the current skills that I have. Oh, look at that pretty butterfly. I know I'm going to stay focused. I just looked out the window and saw a butterfly. This a yellow and black butterfly. I don't get me a butterfly. I'm going to get something in my backyard so I can start sitting in the backyard. I don't have a porch, nor do I have a whatchamacallit. I don't have a deck. But I saw some ideas that people could, I have that cement slab, but I could actually have someone build build something over it. I don't know, because I haven't even decided if I'm going to stay in this house. I might be renting out this house, but the housing market in Atlanta is off the chain. It's like people can't even afford to live, and they can't even find affordable housing anymore in Atlanta. So my little $800 and something that I pay in a mortgage for this 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, I'm grateful to be living here and afford to live here. So I'm quite sure if I put this house up on the for renting, and I put about $1,200 for rent, I'm sure I'll probably get me some renters easily. But I have to find me some place to live. I have to decide what I'm going to do in the coming year, especially next year. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to still keep my house, but I'm going to rent it and see how much I can get. And if I could rent this house out for about $1,200, $1,250 a month and still get some positive income in, I may move to, I don't know. I was thinking about Texas because my sister moved to Texas, but she moved to Houston, but I'm not particular about Houston. I might move to Arizona, or I may move to Nevada. I can always do these gig jobs out there as well and see the job market and see what it is out there. Maybe I need to kind of explore other opportunities and move someplace else. Oh, my first 2 hours is finished. Oh, let me see. Now, the second block is from 7 to 9. I'm going to log off real quick for a minute. I would think that I would at least got another order request. At least to that same seafood place that I went to earlier. That's the closest place. Well, that's not the actual place, but there's a restaurant right on 78, right up the street that does Grub Hub. Ain't nobody ordering no damn food on no Thursday. Wait till tomorrow. Then it's gonna be off the chain. Weekday it sucks. Right before Friday. Thursday, I think it's a slow day. I think most people who order food, they're gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna wait and order some food on Friday," especially dinner. If they're gonna order, they're not gonna order on Thursdays. I mean, yeah, people order Thursdays, but it ain't. I think Thursday's a slow time. Right before the weekend, and people went back to school this week too. So they already spent their damn money on their dang school supplies and kids going back to school. Ain't gonna be nobody ordering food this in the first week, especially when they went back to school. Now tomorrow's schedule, let me tell you, it's a full day. Tomorrow is 10. I got 10 hours. 11:30 to 1:30, 1:30 to 3:30, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, and 9 to 11. How the hell did I put 9 to 11? Whew. Must be crazy. It's crazy. I said I wasn't going to work past 11 o'clock with Grub Hub anymore. I think what I'm going to do tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, I think I'm going to go to Lawrenceville tomorrow. I'm going to go to Lawrenceville and I'm going to go to Swanee. I'm going to hang out over there tomorrow. I'm going to start at Peachtree Corners, right around the technology business or technology road, and do the lunch over there. And then make my way to Swanee and Alpharetta or something like that. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to do that tomorrow for sure. I get a lot of orders in Alpharetta. And then if I don't get that many orders with Grub Hub while I'm out there, then I'm going to turn on Uber Eats. But what I'm going to do is I'll turn on Uber Eats if it's surging, and then temporarily turn off Grub Hub for a couple minutes and then turn it back on. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the 2-app thing tomorrow. Turn on Grub Hub. If I get a Grub Hub order, then I'll turn off Uber Eats. When I get Uber Eats, I'm going to turn off the Grub Hub momentarily, deliver Uber Eats, and then if I get Uber Eats, then I'll turn off the request with Uber Eats. Do it that way. Kind of like ding, get one, pick up the food, drop it off. Ding. Got Grub Hub, turn off Uber Eats. Drop off Grub Hub off. Then turn on Uber Eats, and then if I get Uber Eats, then I turn off Grub Hub for a moment, pick up Uber Eats, drop that off, and then if it really gets busy with Grub Hub tomorrow, then I won't too much worry about Uber Eats. That's what I'll do. But let me tell you, I'd rather stay in a high area with a lot of orders and get good quality orders with Grub Hub, meaning that it's going to be $10, $20, $12, than to nickel and dime. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. I got me 2 orders at American Deli on Ponce. And let me tell you the time frame. Pick up by 7:29 p.m. Drop off 8:04, and then drop off the other one at 8:07. Really? Okay. And then they can mark it confirmed. See what I mean, y'all? I've been out here all day. I've been here all day, and I ain't getting no orders till now. And I got 2 orders. All right. This broadcast been on for about 2 hours, and I got 10 viewers. So it was nice talking with y'all. Now I'm going to switch over to my phone and continue the broadcast on my phone. All right, y'all. Talk to you later. Let me go ahead and mark this